while now. Still I can't see straight. Miles I've walked in my shoes. I've seen your eyes dilate. I've crossed a bridge or two. I've met men I'd like to kill. Seen women try and prove. See my reflection try and still, and it's not like I don't see. I just see what's behind my lids. Now I walk many miles, still I don't know if I live, no, no. Breathe in, breathe out, cross my arms and feel left out. Think just to consume, then feel like I've been abused. Remember a past I can't escape, instead it's happy days. Breathe in my hurt and pain, breathe out what makes me safe. Time slows me down, still my emotions are so swift, kinda like I'm running out, can't catch up with it. Crying about what's been lost, instead of what can exist. It's not like I pick and choose. This is a beauty that I missed, and it's not like I don't see. I just see what's behind my lids. Now I walk too many miles, still I don't know if I live, no, no. Breathe in, breathe out, cross my arms and feel left out. Think just to consume, then feel like I've been abused. Remember a past I can't escape, instead of its happy days. Breathe in my hurt and pain, breathe out what makes me sane. Breathe in, breathe out, cross my arms and feel left out. Think just to consume, then feel like I've been abused. Remember a past I can't escape, instead of its happy days. Breathe in my hurt and pain, breathe out what makes me safe. Breathe out what makes me safe. Breathe out what makes me safe. Breathe out what makes me safe.
There you have song number one on today's MSI. Let's go over to Ian Husbands and find out what he thought. Ian, your thoughts on song number one?
What a lovely little groove that song had. I really got into that. Really, really good bit of songwriting. It needs some attention. I felt cheated at the lack of harmonies. This is calling out for some layered vocals on that chorus. Make them choruses really, really big. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on there which is really, really working. The rhythm section are tight, but I did find the bass a bit dominant in the mix. I felt the vocal got lost in the mix overall, especially when the horns came on. The horns were a lovely addition, but they did sort of drown the vocals out a little bit, so the vocals need pushing. I love the organ sound. That was a really, really nice touch. Just all the natural sounds being used in there worked really well together. I did find the acoustic sounded very metallic. I think it sounded like it was mono and probably just DI'd. And there was no sort of live mic on there. And I think you need to re-record that acoustic and pay a bit more attention to the EQ and get a stereo set working on that with a live take as well. Great lyrics, hooky melody, great voice, loved her voice. I think she was hitting it, just needs to come out of that mix a bit more. And it's kind of got a John Mayer feel to it from the groove and the songwriting style, but obviously a female version of John Mayer. I think it's commercial. I think this would sell, but it does need to sort of have that mix sorted out. It's kind of like a very polished demo that needs more work on the production and more work on the mix.
All right, Ian, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Tom, your thoughts on number one?
I thought it was great. They should do it again. You know, doing, coming from a producer angle, when you get something that's good, that good. Never mind me. English is an unknown language to me.
It's a third language.
It's a third language. I think everything was good, but I think everything could have been done better. The mix was a little confusing, especially like what Ian said when the horns came in. And I think they were live horns. Either that or...
I would say they were very good MIDI.
Yeah, very good MIDI or very good sample. The vocal was definitely too low, and I think it definitely needed more energy. She needed to come out of the shell more and take over and take control of the song. It's a great track. It's commercial, like Ian said. It's hooky enough, but I think the hook could be developed a little bit more to make it more memorable. Like, I can't remember the hook right now, so it's there, but and the groove was frustrating to me because it was a good groove, but and the band was tight, but they had to push it. They should be pushing the beat and driving throughout the whole song, drive through the song, and then this way make people get up and want to dance or bop their head to it. I think there should be more energy in it overall. It was lacking energy. But that's not to say it's not a very well done demo.
All right, I appreciate that, Tom. Thank you very much. Let's go to Leigh Heggarty. Leigh, your thoughts on number one?
Okay. I just jotted a few things down while it was playing, and many of which have been said by the lads already. But song-wise, I felt the verses were a bit too long. The first one certainly could have been half as long for me. I was waiting for it to go into the chorus, and it kind of seemed to loop almost there. I don't know whether that was it just seemed to go on a little bit too long for me. Going from the minor into the major chorus always kind of works, really. It's got that good sort of anthem feel. I always think that sort of picks the whole song up at that point. Definitely some backing vocals. I felt, because she's a good singer. It's a very busy vocal. It moves along really well. There's a bit of energy in there and all that kind of thing. But I just felt there were certain bits, certainly in the chorus, there should have been some backing vocals for me. Even just some oohs and ahs, just something to change the feel. Maybe that should have come in on the second chorus.
I forgot to mention it. You're absolutely right, Lee. Definitely some oohs and ahs.
Yeah. But the thing that was really missing for me was a middle eight or some variation in the song. And maybe that's a reflection of the thing that I felt the verses were too long, but it felt to me as though something, the feel should have changed in the middle somewhere, or there should it was waiting. I was waiting for it to happen, and it never did. And suddenly the song was over. It's good because the song didn't feel long. I wasn't thinking, oh gosh, this is going on a bit. I just felt that certain bits I would have chopped down, but there was nothing in the middle. I was waiting for a change, and it didn't come. And it was disappointing because I was looking forward to seeing what it was, if you know what I mean. So that was that's the big thing that was missing for me in the song. Sound wise, yes, it's got that very DI'd feel on the guitar, which can work really well. I don't personally mind that. I think, and also I'm very aware with things like this that sort of there isn't always a big budget to things, so things are recorded in a certain way that day. We do like to have lots of amplifiers to try and things like that, but that isn't always the way that you can do things. I thought it sounded like much more of a demo than a master. Sound wise, possibly could even be a home recording. I don't know the history of it. But it moves along well. It's got a good feel. But just needed something in the middle for me. There was something waiting to happen, and it never did.
All right, I appreciate that, Leigh. Thank you very much. To introduce that song for everyone, let's take a look here. Song is "Don't Know If I've Lived" by Steph Borel. Steph Borel with "Don't Know If I've Lived," the first song on this week's MSI. Thanks a lot for sending that in to us, and we appreciate that. Now, gentlemen, we do this every week. You know how it works. You've been part of it before, Lee, as well. So, time to select that track of the week, and I'll leave it in your capable hands to discuss it and figure out what you guys would like to select.
Well, I really liked as far as ballad versus the R&B type of things. I'm not that strong of a ballad person, so I would go with number one. It had a good feel to it. It was well done. And it was, like I said, a very good demo. And I think it was a stronger demo than number two. I'm not even going to mention number three. Whoops, I mentioned it.
All right. All right, Ian, Lee.
Go on, Lee.
I think it is between number one and number two. Even without the middle eight, I personally would go for number one. I liked the second track. Loads of good stuff going on, but it's number one. Yeah, number one for me.
And Ian?
I think I've got to agree, to be honest. I mean, I'm not your Disney type of guy, really. And number two is Disney all the way. So I'm going to go with what I feel was a better written song. It probably needs a bit more work than song two. But, yeah, number one, I think, for me, was the better song, so I'm going to go with that.
All right. Well, it seems to be unanimous, and looking out in our online chat room, they agree with you, gentlemen, as well. So, number one it is. Don't Know If I've Lived Yet by Steph Borel. Steph Borel, Don't Know If I've Lived Yet is your song of the week this week. Gentlemen, as always, thank you for being with us. What's up next for you, Lee? What do you got on your appointment book that we can let everybody in on?
Oh, gosh. I've got two more shows with the Ruts DC this week, both supporting the Alabama 3. Thursday night, we're at the Academy in Bournemouth. Friday night, we're at the Forum in Kentish Town. I believe that's sold out, so that's going to be a cracking
That's a
evening.
great venue. That's a great venue.
It's fantastic. I've actually played there a couple of times before, but it's a shame we're not doing a London venue. I haven't played at. But no, that's going to be a great evening.
Last time I was there, I was backstage with Thunder.
Oh, there you go. Wow, that's a good one. Well, so I've got that this week. But to give you an idea of the way the job works, the next night I'm playing in a small pub in Uxbridge called the Dolphin with my little pub band called the Uppercut. So in front of probably about 50 people, if that. So it's one night there's 2,000 people, the next night it's 50. But they should both be really good gigs, so I'm looking forward to that.
Well, it sounds great. We appreciate the fact you joined us, Lee. Thanks so much for being here once again. I know that you've actually got an appointment to keep this evening, yeah?
Yeah, I also put on occasional gigs at another pub in Uxbridge, actually, called The Load of Hay, and I'm going down there to catch the second set from a jazz outfit called Pimp My Jazz, so I'm going down to catch them now.
Great name.
See how they get on.
Great name. Well,
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
They're great. They write their own songs as well. They do a few standards, but it's mostly their own stuff, which is kind of cool. It's good to see a band doing their own stuff.
Well, we certainly hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and next week have some great shows. We appreciate your being with us. Thanks again.
It's been a real pleasure to be here. Thank you.
All right, everybody, we're going to play out with Don't Know If I've Lived by Steph Borel after Ian interrupts me. Ian.
Rich, we've got to show the picture of Trilo.
Yes, we do. I was going to show that while I was playing this music.
And we've got to mention Sam's blog.
Go ahead. No, I'm just kidding. I will mention the fact that it's not her blog. It's actually Sam with Valerie is kind of like the roving reporter for MSI. Well, she is the roving reporter for MSI out in San Francisco, and she's been doing some interviews for us, interviewing independent musicians all over the San Francisco area, and a new interview was posted just a couple of days ago with David Jones. So please go over to the MSI website and check that interview out. A very interesting interview, by the way, and very cool stuff. So definitely want to check that out. And Ian, I hope that you can get in touch with Sam to talk to her about showing up on the 15th so we can talk to her about her experiences as the field reporter out there for MSI?
I've already asked her.
All right, excellent. Looking
And she's actually jumped on me in the chat tonight and told me that I've been a bad boy and not replied to her email. So many humble apologies. I'm a very, very tired man. I mean, busy man.
Yeah, you are a bad boy. We know this. It's the long hair that does it, the dark shirts, and probably tattoos and all that stuff. Unlike Tom, who is a good boy with no tattoos, and he wears light-colored shirts, see?
Well, what can I say?
Just admit you're a bad boy, and we'll call it done. But for now, we're going to play out with Steph Borel's "Don't Know If I Have Lived." Thanks for joining us on this week's MSI, everyone.